Hello and welcome to Speak English Naturally, the podcast for learners who want to sound more confident, more relaxed, and more natural when they speak English. I'm really glad you're here today. This episode is designed for you if you understand English but feel stuck when you try to speak, if you know grammar but your sentences feel slow or unnatural, or if you want to sound more like real English speakers in everyday life. I will speak slowly and clearly so you can listen comfortably and practice along with me. You can pause, repeat, or shadow my voice as you listen. There is no pressure here. This is your space to learn, practice, and grow step by step. In today's episode, we are going to talk about something very important for real fluency, speaking English naturally. Not textbook English, not exam English, real English, the kind of English people use when they talk to friends, coworkers, or even to themselves. We will focus on everyday phrases, common idioms, and simple fluency tricks that you can start using today. You don't need to memorize long lists of words. You don't need perfect grammar. What you need is awareness, repetition, and small daily practice. Many English learners think that fluency comes from knowing more vocabulary or more grammar rules, but that is only part of the story. Fluency comes from familiarity. It comes from hearing the same patterns again and again. It comes from using simple phrases many times until they feel natural in your mouth. Children do not learn language by studying grammar books. They learn by listening, copying, and using language in small, meaningful ways every day. And you can do the same. Let's start with an important idea. Natural English is simple. Native speakers do not speak in long, perfect sentences all the time. They use short phrases. They repeat themselves. They pause. They use fillers like, I mean, or kind of. This is normal. This is human. And when you learn to speak like this, your English immediately sounds more natural and relaxed. Now, before we go deeper, I want you to relax your shoulders, take a slow breath, and remind yourself that making mistakes is okay. Mistakes mean you are learning. Silence means you are not practicing. So today, choose practice over perfection. Let's start with everyday phrases. These are phrases that native speakers use all the time, often without thinking. They are simple, but they are powerful. For example, instead of always saying, I am very tired, native speakers often say, I'm exhausted, or I'm worn out, or even just, I'm beat. Listen carefully. I'm beat. Now, repeat after me. I'm beat. Good. This phrase is short, natural, and very common. Another example. Instead of saying, I do not understand, people often say, I don't get it. Listen, I don't get it. Now repeat, I don't get it. Very good. When you use phrases like this, your English immediately sounds more natural. Now let's practice some everyday reactions. Native speakers often react quickly with short phrases. For example, that makes sense. Repeat, that makes sense. Or, I see what you mean. Repeat, I see what you mean. These phrases are extremely useful in conversations because they show understanding and engagement.
Now let's move into idioms. Many learners are afraid of idioms because they think idioms are difficult or confusing. But you don't need to learn hundreds of idioms. You only need a few common ones that people actually use. Idioms are like shortcuts. They express ideas quickly and naturally. Let's start with a very common idiom, piece of cake. This means something is very easy. Listen, it was a piece of cake. Repeat. Very good. Another common idiom is under the weather, which means feeling sick or not well. Listen, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Repeat. Excellent. Here's another one you will hear often. On the same page. This means people agree or understand each other. Listen, let's make sure we're on the same page. Repeat. Great. Notice how natural these phrases feel when you say them slowly and calmly. Now, remember this. You don't need to force idioms into every sentence. Use them naturally when they fit. Fluency is not about showing how much you know. It's about communicating comfortably. Now let's talk about fluency tricks. These are small habits that can make a big difference in how you speak. The first fluency trick is thinking in chunks, not individual words. Native speakers don't build sentences word by word in their heads. They use ready-made phrases. For example, instead of thinking, I want to improve my English, think of it as one chunk. I want to improve my English. Practice saying the whole phrase smoothly. Repeat after me. I want to improve my English. Good. Another fluency trick is using fillers. Fillers are words or sounds that give you time to think. Native speakers use them all the time. Common fillers include well, you know, and let me think. These are not mistakes, they're tools. For example, well, let me think. Repeat. Very good. Using fillers can reduce anxiety and help your speech flow more naturally. Now let's practice shadowing, one of the most powerful techniques for speaking naturally. Shadowing means you listen and repeat at the same time, or just a second behind the speaker. Don't worry about understanding every word. Focus on the sound, rhythm, and flow. I'll say a short sentence. Try to repeat it with the same rhythm. I'm just trying to do my best. Now repeat. Good. Again. I'm just trying to do my best. Excellent. Now let's practice daily situations. Imagine you are talking about your plans. Listen. I'm thinking about taking a short break. Repeat. I'm thinking about taking a short break. Very good. Or talking about opinions. To be honest, I'm not sure. Repeat. Great. Phrases like to be honest, I guess, kind of, and a bit make your English sound softer and more natural. Now let's slow down and talk about pronunciation and rhythm. Natural English is not about pronouncing every word perfectly. It's about stress and rhythm. Some words are strong, some words are weak. For example, in the sentence, I want to get better at English, the important words are want, get, better, and English. The small words like to and at are softer. Listen to me. I want to get better at English. Notice how want to becomes wanna. This is very common in spoken English. You don't need to force this at first. Just listen and notice. Over time, your mouth will naturally copy what it hears. Now let's talk about confidence. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. The more you speak, the more comfortable you feel. Even if you speak to yourself, it counts. Talk about what you were doing. I'm making tea. I'm checking my phone. I need to get some rest. These simple sentences train your brain to use English naturally. Another powerful habit is daily repetition. Choose one short phrase and use it all day. For example, that sounds good. Say it in different situations. Say it out loud. Say it in your head. Repetition builds familiarity. Familiarity builds fluency. Now let's practice a short, natural conversation. Listen first. Hey, how's it going? Not bad. How about you? I'm a bit tired, but I'm okay. Repeat each line after me slowly. Good. This is real English. Simple, relaxed, human. As we move toward the end of this episode, I want you to remember something important. Fluency is a journey, not a moment. You don't wake up fluent one day. You become fluent through small daily habits. Listening every day, repeating every day, speaking a little every day. You don't need to sound perfect. You need to sound clear. You need to sound comfortable. And, most importantly, you need to keep going. Before we finish, let's do one final shadowing practice. Listen carefully. I'm learning to speak English naturally, and I'm getting better every day. Now repeat. Again. Very good. Say it one more time, slowly and confidently. Excellent. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for choosing progress over perfection. Keep listening, keep repeating, keep speaking. English is becoming a part of you, step by step, day by day. I'll see you in the next episode.